Satnam. Is it working? Ah, hi, friend. Okay, I see you, friend. Seems like every time I get to come online, I get to learn new things along the way, right? How is the mic? Too loud? Just perfect? Good, awesome. I'm gonna do a sound check on the music. So we'll do a sound check on the music. So I'm gonna take it to the maximum, and this would be, if I'm not talking, this is what you're gonna hear. Is that too loud on your end? Awesome, thank you, Fran, thank you. So I actually don't hear what you are hearing. So it's a mystery each time. It's a mystery each time. So I have to apologize for the last minute email. There was a little misunderstanding. My brain somehow registered that because I taught last Monday that I was just teaching every Monday. And then I went to go look at the schedule and I didn't see my name on the schedule. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And so I'm like, now what? And thank gosh, as Kundalini yogis, what do? We develop our frontal lobe so that we can just move on to plan B. And so plan B is YouTube Live on my station. And I bet some of you are wondering why I have not gone live on my own station. And that's because I've wanted to really support the local studios, all the different local studios, and wanted to support them because I want to make sure that we have the opportunity to go back to the studio. And so that's why I've been on other channels. But here we are. This is my channel. Welcome, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below. Put little reminders in there or whatever. YouTube does judge me by my numbers. I have learned to not judge myself by my numbers. I am not my numbers. But YouTube does judge me by my numbers. So they judge me by how many subscribers I have. They judge me by how many comments I have. And so leave a comment, ask questions, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. So let's see who's here. Oh, Sonia. Oh my goodness. Welcome aboard, Sonia. So happy to have you. Tucker, Fran, you all remember Sonia. South Bay location, but now in Texas. But this is amazing that you're here with us. I'm so excited. And let's see. I see some other people are on, but they're not on the chat, which is totally fine, Let's see. Hi, Guru Mitar. It's great to have a plan B. Yes, and they actually say we should have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. And while we go through all of our plans, to not judge ourselves in that process. And so that's what I thought would be a great yoga set for us today, to run through our ability to move with our plans. And so one of the ways that we do work with our frontal lobe is that, a lot of coordination. So we might be doing something with our knees, but something else with our arms, and getting our brain to actually think. And I mean, let's be truthful. Today, we don't do a lot. Our phone does a lot more than we do. We Google da 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 da, and Google pops up, or even like, let's say I want to drive somewhere. Google's Maps, will you take me to Vaughn's? And Google's Map telling me how to get there. Well, all of that is causing us to get lazy in our frontal lobe. And our frontal lobe is all about that thinking, planning, and decision making. And so some of you have been to my home here, and when you come to my home, there's this big canyon that you get to drive. It's all nature. You lose cell reception. And so sometimes when I go down that canyon, I just kind of go into la la land. And one of the reasons why you would want to make sure your frontal lobe is working is because when you kind of go into autopilot in your life, because we have so much being taken care of for us, but when we go into autopilot in our life, and then we're thrown a curveball, kind of like I was throwing a curveball today, when we get thrown that curveball, then it's like, am I going to freak out? Am I going to start criticizing myself? Or am I going to be or am I going to be like, all right, here we are. Shift, move, go. And so that's what we want to be able to do. It's like something, kind of think of a problem, an issue, and here's a problem, here's an issue. And so what are you going to do? Are you going to let that take you down, or are you just going to shift gears? And so really the problems in our life, the issues in our life, those are not really the actual issue or the problem. It's how are you being with that issue, or how are you being with that problem? And we always have so many opportunities in life to really, look at how are we being with it? Are we getting upset? Are we getting angry? Are we criticizing ourselves? Or are you just able to make the shift? And when you can come into that alignment and make the shift within yourself and realize that you are always doing the best you can, then you take that, I'm always doing the best I can. I forgive myself for judging myself, blah, 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 blah. But then can we look at everyone around us is doing the same thing. Everyone is always doing the best they can. And I know that some of you received an email from YogaWorks with the new online structure and the payment plan and all of that, and it's like, everyone's trying to figure things out so quickly. And, sometimes emails might go out before they need to go out. And so really just honoring that each and every one of us is doing the best that we can, especially during this turbulent time, this crazy time in life where we're all having to learn a lot of different things very, very quickly. And I have to admit, I had another learning opportunity. I've gotten your emails, and I want to say thank you, everyone, for giving me feedback. Not only the good feedback, I also like the feedback, that is we'll call it the negative feedback, but I actually see that as good feedback. Some of you had shared about that when I play the crystal bowls and when I play the gong, that you can't actually hear it. And so I got a new mic, but when I went to go live, for some reason, this new mic wouldn't go live with me. It went live with me yesterday on my test run, but it didn't go live with me today, so you don't get to hear it. But tomorrow, I'm going to run some practice tests again tonight, and it should go live for us tomorrow. But I'm going to jump back there, but let's see who else joined us while I was talking. Kara, hi. So great to see you. So great to see you. All right, so let's just take note that once I scoot back here, I can no longer see the chat box. And so if you haven't done so, oh my goodness, I have all this sound equipment here. I forgot to move the sound equipment. So if you haven't done this online yoga with us before, we're used to being at our yoga studio, and a lot of times our yoga studio has all of our fancy props for us. And I don't have all those fancy props at home. So you make do with whatever you have at home. So I made do. I have this fancy little bath towel. That is my bolster. So if you don't have a bolster and you need one, go grab a fancy prop for yourself. Grab your little bath towel, and then you just sit halfway on your bath towel. Today's yoga set, we're actually going to be sitting a lot. So I'm just going to start off with, how do you get into a comfortable, easy pose? They say it's easy, but it doesn't always feel so easy. So one of the things you have to make sure is that you are grounding down through your sit bones. If I loosen, then everything just collapses. But when I ground down, it allows my spine to lengthen. And then the tendency is a lot of times our chin will go up, and that'll create like a little curve in your neck. So you want to slightly bring your chin back. So you bring it parallel to the floor and you bring it slightly back. And this is going to allow your navel to engage. It's going to allow the spine to be straight, and you can have a comfortable seated. But let's pretend like it still is not comfortable. You can grab a chair. It's no big deal. You just grab a chair, you sit on the chair, you do it with your chair. That's totally fine. The only person that makes any of this a big deal is you. So don't make anything. If you need to make an alternative or whatever is necessary, just take care of yourself and make whatever shifts you need. Okay? Go ahead and rub your palms together. Rub, 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 rub. So as you rub your palms together, just tapping right into that inner light that lies inside and opening your heart. And then press your palms together firmly. Take your thumb, bring it just above your nose and in between your eyebrows. Look up. Stay focused in and up. And now close the windows of your eyes. The all-knowing intuition. So do the best you can today to keep coming back to this space on the inside. The eyes rolled in and up, looking through the third eye. And now move your hand down to the middle of your chest. We keep looking up. Ground down through your sit bones. Feel the length in your spine. And inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, notice the rising of your navel. And as you exhale, notice the falling of your navel. We open with our opening mantra, tuning ourselves to that rock star that lies inside. We do the mantra 3 times. Inhale deeply here. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Pause your breath and apply root lock. Feel like you have to go to the bathroom, but stop and pull the energy up from the base of your body all the way up through the crown. And see 1,000 petal lotus blooming open and blooming open of you. And exhale. And now as you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Open your arms 60 degrees. Keep your palms stretched. Take your fingers into the pads of your palms, thumbs just pointing at each other. Stick your tongue out and pant like a dog. Notice the navel going in and up on every exhale. Keep that, but now close your mouth and let it go through your nose. It'll sound like a steam engine. If there's anyone on the first 3 days of your menstrual cycle, or if you are pregnant, go back to long, deep breathing. So first 3 days of your menstrual cycle, or even if you have a heavy menstrual cycle, or if you're pregnant, stay with long and deep breathing anytime you call for breath of fire. So breath of fire allows the lung capacity to expand, clears out all of the mucus that builds up around the lungs. Equal on the inhale, equal on the exhale. Just feel a pulsation of light, right there at your navel. Not too hard, just a gentle pulsation of light. Have your little smile here, right there at the last part of it. Just stay steady, stay steady. Inhale really deep, bring your thumbs together at the top. Straighten your fingertips and reach up, stretch. And as you exhale, sweep your arms down. Sweep through your auric field. And then touch the floor. Feel the energy release. Inhale. And exhale. Grab onto your knees and begin to rotate your body in a circle. Just creating a nice circle around and around. As you inhale around front and you exhale around back. Just allow the breath to be long and deep. To be long and deep. Just feeling the pelvis opening up. Using the navel as you go around back. Let your hands support you as you go really far back. Just allow that nice massage. And then slowing it down and rotate in the opposite direction. Around and around. And slowing it down through center. Inhale through center. And exhale. And then we'll release that and you'll come onto your hands and knees. So I'm going to talk you through it. I am working through sensitive lower back stuff. And so I'm just going to talk you through it. It's easy enough that you come onto your hands and knees. Allow your knees to be about hip distance apart. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders and then spread your fingers wide. As you inhale, the navel goes down the lower spine and drops, and the forehead goes to the sky. As you exhale, pull your navel in and your chin goes to your chest. And then you let the breath become a sniff in, a sniff out. A sniff in, sniff out. And so we use a lot of different breaths in Kundalini Yoga. And so this little sniffing allows the nervous system to activate. And so with every breath, just start to feel the flexible wave through your spine. And just keeping that flexible wave through your spine. Let it go into the mind. So that you can become flexible with every experience in your life. Flexible spine, flexible mind, flexible life. And now inhale through center. And exhale. Bring your knees together. And then now as you inhale, kick your right leg up and back. And as you exhale, bring your knee and chin nice and close. Inhale, sweep it open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Sniff in, sniff out. Sniff in, sniff out. And then inhale, reach up and back, pause. Exhale, lay it down and switch to the other leg. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Wherever your awareness is, that's where the energy flows. So as you do this one, bring your awareness to the lower back. That's where your kidneys are housed. It's a nice little massage to the kidneys. And now inhale, reach up and back. Pause. Exhale, let it go. Spread your knees wide now. And fold into child's pose. Just let your buttocks go all the way back to your heels. And you can either have your arms forward or you can have them next to your body. You decide. Just take a pause here. Just allow the energy to circulate. Inhale really deep. Exhale, let it go. Now here's what's crazy funny. Even though I have a lower back injury right now, the one pose that I can still do, of course, crowd-pleasing frog. So you'll pop up into your crowd-pleasing frog, allowing your heels to be off the floor. And they come together. Your fingertips, 40% of the weight is on your fingertips. Chin parallel to the floor. As you inhale, you straighten your legs, drop your head. As you exhale, you quickly come back down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You just let it be a powerful rhythm for yourself. Uh-oh, I forgot to count. Let's pretend we're on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Wow, you couldn't stand up. Get excited, you did it, you did it. Ah. And now you'll spread your legs nice and wide, nice and wide. And so if you have a sensitive lower back, if you've got anything going on with your lower back, then the knee that you're going towards, you're going to bend that knee as you go towards that knee. Your arms will be parallel to the floor. Inhale here. As you exhale, go across to the other side. Now push down on your legs, and it brings you up. You exhale to the other side. Inhale up. And then you find a rhythm that works for you. Just allowing that grounding down each time to bring you up. And then the next one is your last one. Inhale up. Exhale, release your arms, wiggle your toes, and bring yourself back to center. Hands on your heart. And just feel the aliveness of you. Feeling the heart beating. Inhale here. And exhale, letting that go. We'll come lying down on your back. So one more warm up. Lie down on your back. Allow your knees to be bent. And your hands on your navel. And just notice the rising and the falling of your navel. Just feeling the breath. And so your navel, this is where all of your confidence lies. Your strength, your power. So this is one area of the body that's important to work. So that you can believe in yourself and know how powerful you are. And so keeping your hands on your navel, lift your head 6 inches off the floor, open your eyes and look at your legs. So you feel right here, your navel just engaged. This might be as far as you go, and that's totally fine. You take care of yourself. For some of you, you're going to take your hands, and you're going to bring them next to your body, palms facing your body. For others, maybe your hands are going to go underneath your body, because your legs are going to go out straight. So you find what's going to work for you. Feel your navel, feel the lower back is on the floor. Stretch one leg out, 6 inches off the floor. Make sure your leg is active. If your leg is weak, it's going to take it in the back. Leg is active and you're stretching. The other leg out. And so here we are, stretch pose. Breath fire. Now, if you're feeling tension in your neck, maybe you allow one hand to support you. Maybe you allow the other hand to support you. Ouch is never an option. If you're feeling ouch in your lower back, put your legs down. And just go there, build in your navel. For some of you, maybe you've decided to do one leg at a time. If you're doing one leg at a time, bring the other leg in towards your chest. So you do what's going to work for your body. You do what's going to work for your body. Only 15 more seconds. It's only for a minute. Yay, you got this. Inhale really deep. Hold, squeeze. Exhale, let it go. Feel all of that power, all of that strength running from your navel up into your heart and right into the mind. Inhale. And exhale, letting that go. And you can either rock and roll to come on up to a seated posture, or you can drop your knees to the right side and just use your hands and push yourself on up. We'll meet in a cross-legged position again. We're going to be sitting, let me just check here. We're sitting pretty much the duration. There's one pose that we'll be standing. So make sure you have however that is going to be comfortable for you. For some of you, you might put that little towel underneath you. Maybe you do have a bolster at home. You just want to sit halfway on it, just to allow the pelvis to tip, ground down through your sit bones. And you're going to want to make sure that both your ankles are on the floor. So sometimes we bring our leg up. You want both of your ankles on the floor. And let me just get our soundtrack here. You already got a little bit. So you're going to be lifting your knees up into the air. Your hands are going to be in a prayer. And then when you drop your legs. But when you lift your knees up, one arm is going to go up and you drop. The other arm is going to go up and you drop. And then you just do that nice and fast. So you're just bringing your hands into prayer. When your knee goes up, your arm goes up. Don't watch me. I don't know that I got it yet. All right, there you go. So just reaching up to 60 degrees as you pull your knees up. You're using your navel to pull your knees up. And you come back into prayer each time. And then just go. Close your eyes and go inside. And remember, if it's not comfortable, Then somehow make yourself comfortable. Maybe you go sit on the chair. Maybe you sit on the couch. Now I can't see you, but I know you're giving 110%. You're bringing your knees all the way up. So you're not just bouncing down a little bit. As you bring your knees up as high as you can, reach your arm all the way out to that 60 degrees. Do you have your little Buddha smile? So we're really working the navel here. Really working the navel. And the inner groin area running into the pelvis area. There's a huge group of lymph glands. And so we're massaging your lymph system. As you keep coming back to that neutral place in your heart. You keep coming back to that neutral place in your heart. And you keep reaching up. You keep reaching up. Getting this coordination right into your frontal lobe. So that the mind is able to plan, is able to think, and stop freaking out. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Last few moments, last few moments. Just stay steady. And now inhale, both arms up, both legs up. Exhale, prayer. Let it shift. Let it shift. Inhale. And exhale. Now, have you ever noticed when you're a little bit down, the body kind of concaves, the heart collapses, shoulders come, and that's just the natural way that the body is when you're a little bit down. So when we do that actual posture, then we can actually let go of that depressed, that down energy. And so you're gonna have your hands on your waistline, and as your hands are on your waistline, all you're gonna do is just pretend like you're really sad, you're really depressed, and you're gonna go over to one side and lower down. And then push down on your legs and you come up. You roll down over to the other side. Push down on your legs and you come up. And now just pretend like you're really sad, really depressed. And just let all that sadness, let all that depressed energy roll out of your body. Roll out of your body. Remember, each time you come up, push down through your legs. Use your legs and your navel to bring you up. And you just let all of the pain, let any guilt, let any shame, any feelings, and down. Just let them be rolled out of your body. Just let them be rolled out of your body. Now you just begin to speed it up as you start to get excited about letting all of this pain, letting all the sorrow, the worry, the guilt, just letting it all just roll. But now you're going faster because you are like, yeah, I'm just going to get this all out. I'm just going to get this all out. Last few moments. And let the next round be your last round as you inhale up. And exhale. And so now you should feel all lifted, all of that sorrow, all that pain, depressed feelings, all rolled out of your body. So it's actually a really good one. I mean, believe it or not, you could just do that when you're feeling down. Just let the down energy just be released out of your body. So for the next one, you're going to hold on to your knees. And we are what I call sometimes big sensation seekers. So sometimes we seek the sensation, so we make the pose bigger than it's supposed to be. But this is actually creating what is known as the spinal flex, but we're going to be bringing it up. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So big sensation seeking would be that I'm holding on to my knees. I take my pelvis and I lean all the way forward. Notice my back. There's no flex happening in my back. And I go back. And this would be me just seeking sensation. So we're trying to really get a flex through your spine. And so to do that, think about the grounding down. As I ground down, my heart starts to move forward, and notice that flex that gets created. My chin is going to stay parallel to the floor, and I'm going to pull down. So ground down, heart rides forward and down. And that's all you're going to do. So it's not the big gigantic, but now you're going to add that little sniff in, sniff out. Sniff in, sniff out. And so now that you have that going, I want you to add one more thought, one more little thing to add on. When you go forward, I want you to apply root lock. So squeeze the energy up. So each time you go forward, you apply root lock and pull the energy up into your heart. So root lock feels like you have to go to the bathroom. But you stop and pull the energy up right into your heart. And just let this nice little stretch through the spine, this little flexibility through the spine. Really allow the heart to glide forward. Feel the front of the heart opening. Feel the back of the heart opening. Just that nice wave through your spine. So when I first got this little back injury, it actually started when we got that assignment to stay at home. And you know me, I'm a do, go, go, go type of gal. So I'm like, well, I can't just stay at home and do nothing, right? And so I decided to go out and work in my garden. And there was this big, gigantic bag of dirt. I looked at it. I actually heard a voice that said, not a good idea. But I didn't listen. I grabbed the big bag of dirt, dragged it over, and ouch. And so my learning line of opportunity was really, you know, when I want to do, can I be gentle with myself? So my body is showing me, can I be gentle? And now inhale, lengthen forward, pause. Exhale, let it go. And so that motion, it's very gentle, but wow, it's so healing to you. Now your arms will come into what I call the touchdown. So you look like you're the big touchdown pole. Your fingers are together, your thumbs pointing to the side. You're going to inhale, turn left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. So stay with it. As you stay with it, once you start to notice with every turn, feel the heart opening. Feel a deep ringing out happening in your navel. So it's like your navel is like that ringing, that washing machine, that nice ringing out cycle. I want you to go deep in and ring out. Ring out anything that you're holding, whether it be, you know, old unprocessed foods or old unprocessed thoughts. Just find that deep ringing out, that deep ringing out. Take note, are your arms or the elbows starting to drift down? Keep them high. Keep them parallel to the floor. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Now begin to slow it down and inhale through center. As you exhale, straighten your arms. Palms are now facing down and begin to move your arms up and down. So just allowing your arms to kind of be like, what would it be? Maybe a hummingbird. Maybe a hummingbird, or maybe you want to be a big eagle. Whatever it is, just let yourself rise. Rise above the occasion. Rise above the occasion. And so you're going to feel a lot of sensation here. So make sure you do have your Buddha smile. And maybe you start to chant along. Maybe you start to chant along. Now turn it up so you can hear. Ha, 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 ha. So now you got to take care of yourself. Listen to your inner knowing. Ouch is never an option. But if you're just feeling like, holy crap, how much longer? You keep going. So you keep going if you can. But if you are in ouch, I know some of you have shoulder injuries, so do not hurt yourself. Rest if you need to rest, but just know you're on the last leg. And this is where transformation happens. But the mind sometimes comes in, that negative mind, which is there to protect you, is coming in and telling you about all this change. And you know, we don't like change, so we stop. See if you can just go these last few moments, Yes, I can. Fly, fly. Yes, 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 yes. Inhale, reach out, stretch, 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 stretch. Keep your arms up. Can breath it out. Inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Can breath it out. One more time, inhale. Stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale, release your arms down. Be still. Be still. Your arms, an extension of your heart. Just feel the expansion of your heart. The chant. Hug. The generator. The organizer. The deliverer of all. Known by many names. Most common. God. The essence of God lives in your heart. Inhale. And exhale. All right. I'm just happy that I'm way over here on the other side. I can't see your eyes, giving me those eyes to kill. Because your arms are going out front this time. Fingers are together, thumb is apart, and now you're just going to pretend like you're bouncing a ball. And you still have that same mantra. So you decide you could be doing it mentally, or actually, I think the instructions say this time, you are actually chanting out loud. So you're actually chanting out loud. So this time, pull your navel in as you do the chant. Hun, 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 So really building the strength of your nervous system so that nothing gets on your nerves. So this pose has really nothing to do with how much big muscles you got going on in your arms. This is all about how much nerve activity do you have, that electrical current that's running through you. So just stay committed, stay devoted. You know you gotta have your smile. If you got an angry face, your mind is gonna freak out on you. So smile. Chant and smile. Be happy. Be happy. The essence of God, the strength of God lives in every cell of your being. Bringing that essence right here on earth, right here on earth. Start to feel the magnetic charge of the earth into your hands. Last 30 seconds, last 30 seconds. Finish strong, not now. Just keep going, keep going. And now we're gonna go right into the next pose. All you're gonna do is raise your arms up, swing them back. Raise them up, swing them back. So big circle now, big circle. Ha, 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 ha. Feel that ripple from your heart. That ripple of love, that wave, that ripple, move. Huge group of lymph glands right underneath your armpits, right in the front of your upper chest. It's really massaging, really deep massage in. And you start to feel this ripple of love, this ripple of light. As you feel the strength of God in every cell. Ha, 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 ha. Almost there, almost there. You got this, you got this. Just stay. Feel that ripple. Bring all your awareness to that ripple of love from your heart as you call and bring that essence, that power into you. Ha, 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 ha. Resist the urge. I know you got that urge in there. I know the mind's coming in. Resist the urge. Don't stop. You can. You will. You got this. Ha, 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 ha. This is it. Inhale, reach up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Can and breath it out. Inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Can and breath it out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release your arms. Feel that ripple from your heart out into the world. You see, we are all connected. We are all connected. Feel your connection to your Creator. Feel your connection to all the yogis right now doing this practice with you. Even though we're not in the same room, feel this big ripple of love. This big ripple of love. Inhale. And exhale. All right, one more pose, just one more. And we're not here for very long. I'm gonna actually roll up my fancy towel, my yoga prop, and I know that I have a sensitive back right now, so I'm actually gonna take my heels and I'm gonna step on that towel. You could roll the back of your yoga mat up. If you don't need it, don't use it. You decide. Hands are on your hips. I like to call this the superhero pose. So feel your superhero-ness, your superpowers. Inhale here. Exhale, go down. Push down on your heels, lift yourself back up. So you go down and you lift yourself back up. Now for some of you that doesn't serve you to go all the way down. Then I'm going to ask that you make your alternative. Maybe you sit in a chair and you come back up. Every time you come back up, you need to push down on your legs. Use the power of your legs through your heels to bring you up. So you're either in a chair and coming up, or you're going all the way down and coming up. You decide what works for you. You decide. Now the tendency is that you're going to fall forward. See if you can keep your spine lengthened. Keep your spine lengthened. Feel your superpowers. That you can stand and rise above whatever you need to. You are powerful. You are strong. You can rise above and stand. Rise. Top of your thighs. Oh, for some reason my mic is making weird noises. So sorry. Top of your thighs. Some important chemistry happening there. You have magnesium, potassium, calcium. You want to be able to walk through your life with ease and grace. Then you better have strong legs. You better have strong legs. Just 3 more. 2. And 1. Yay! Shake it out. Shake it out. Woof, done. You did it. You did it. Now you get to come lying down. Come lying down into a nice relaxation. Into a nice relaxation. Just finding that comfortable place on the ground. I'm going to step back and do your sound. So you just find that nice comfortable place. Sometimes people like to put a blanket over themselves. Sometimes people like to put the blanket under them, over them. You decide. You decide what's going to be the most comfortable for you. The most comfortable for you. And inhale really deep. Hold your breath. Squeeze as tight as you can. And exhale. Inhale again. Hold and squeeze. Let it go. One more time. Inhale. Hold and squeeze with all your might. Let it go. Let everything go. Let everything go. Just allow the waves, the healing waves, to move through you. As you begin to notice my body is so relaxed. I am so relaxed. I am so relaxed. In my head, all the way down to my toes. I am so relaxed. So relaxed. If your mind likes to wander, begin to say to yourself as you inhale, let it. As you exhale, say to yourself, come. Inhaling, let it. Exhaling, go. Let it go. Allowing your fingers to begin to wiggle. Allow your breath to lengthen. You begin to rotate your wrists in a circle. Rotate your ankles in a circle. Round and round. Round and round. And rotate in the opposite direction. Around and around. And then letting that go. As you stretch your arms above your head. And stretch in to magical you. Stretch right in to magical you. And then letting that stretch go. Bring your arms back down. Bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. And then open your arms wide out onto the floor. Lower your knees over to the right side. As you look left, as you look left. And then letting your legs work their way on over to the other side. As you look in the opposite direction again. And then bringing your knees back to center. Rub the bottom of your feet together, rub your palms together. Rub, 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 rub. And then curling on to your knees, give yourself a big squeeze, a big, big hug. Inhale really deep here. And as you exhale, say, I can and I will. Inhale again. I can and I will. And then begin to rock that right into your consciousness. Rock forward and backwards. Rock forward and backwards. And maybe you end up rocking yourself all the way up. Maybe you drop your knees over to the right side, use your hands and push yourself on up. And we find our way back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. There we have it. We did it. You did it. And so I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for showing up at the last minute through all of the shifts and all of the changes. Thank you very much. Let's rub our palms together. And then press your palms together in a prayer. And may the long time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. In 3 long satnams. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. One more time. Sat Nam. Inhale really deep. As you exhale, shoot your arms up into the sky, embracing the bright light that you are, the shining star that you are. Inhale. And exhale, bringing your palms together. And may you go forward each moment, having compassion for you and for everyone. Really knowing that everyone is doing the best that they can. And really finding that when you find your way out of balance, how quickly can you bring yourself back and move on to plan B. Move on to plan B. Satnam. Hello, Carrie Ann. So good to see you. I thought you were on Zoom. Oh no, we're going to be on Zoom right now. We're going to hang up and go on Zoom right now. So we do the Zoom call after our yoga class because I can't see you and I want to connect and I want to hug you. And so we go on to the Zoom call afterwards. So if I remember correctly, I think in the description, I can't see it because I'm live with you, but in the description, if you don't know how to get to the Zoom, it's in the description. Or if you got that email or that text message today, there's a link to get you there. And even if you can't get on by computer, you can dial in. So there's a dial-in option there too. And so, oh, Sonia's saying hi to Fran. Fran's saying hi to Sonia. Who is Tucker? Oh, Tucker, you know Tucker. Tucker always sits in the front row. Tucker usually sits front center in the front. But if you come onto Zoom, you can see Tucker and you'll go, oh yeah, I know Tucker. Who else do we have? Rona, thank you again. Oh, so good. Wait, Dana? Rona, yes, see? I remember. I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh, stop it, Tucker. You're fine without me. All right, so let's hang up here and let's all hop onto Zoom. Can everyone hop onto Zoom? If you cannot hop onto Zoom, say something right now just so I know. Roni, let me come closer. Roni, okay, Roni. Okay, so everyone can hop onto Zoom. Okay, good. I want to say hi to all you all. I want to see you all on Zoom. So let's all hop onto Zoom. See you there.